Vaso and I are going to show you a few ways of how we can utilize the Kaiser technology to maximize your speed, your power, your strength, your power endurance, all the way into elasticity, all by using this, combined with the power of the machine. So Vaso, let's show them a few different ways. We can do standard reps. Now Vaso has, now we're using the chest press as an example. Anytime you see the Kaiser machines, you're going to have ones that are controlled, both arms, and you'll see some with dual cylinders. The dual cylinders will allow us to train the right arm independent of the left. And then on all the machines, you'll have a plus and a minus so that you can add and subtract the power. And again, it doesn't have to be while the machine is at rest. It can happen throughout the set. So we're going to show you a few ways we'll use that. Vaso, let's go ahead and start up. Let's go ahead and set resistance. Vaso's going to go with the very standard tempo that we have in athletics. 3 to 4 counts down, explosive on the way up. And then fast, good. And notice that that weight doesn't go flying because there's no weight. This is about power. It's about the power of pneumatics and rest. So that's a standard rep. 1, 2, 3 counts down, fast on the way up. What we call tempo. Like 3, 0, 1. 3 counts down, no pause, so 0, and then 1 count on the way up. So just think about that, and you can manipulate that on every exercise. When we want to make the muscles slightly larger, we can have Vaso come all the way out, and he'll go with a 4-0-4 tempo. So Vaso can come down at 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the eccentric, and then up slow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not great for power development, but it will help a little bit in stability and ultimately keep the muscle under tension for longer. 40, 50 seconds plus will help the muscle get bigger and gradually improve its endurance. Great job, and rest. Excellent patience. All right, again, same thing, but we can actually start to change how that tempo affects the result. Now the other thing we can do is we can have Vaso go in some type of pyramid scheme where actually the resistance gets harder on the way up and then easier back as he comes down. Most people would do that within multiple sets. We're going to do it with Kaiser in 1 set. So Vaso, let's go ahead and start all the way out. Let's go ahead and dump a little bit of weight off for me. There we go. Vaso's going to start at 55, and let's go ahead and do 1 rep. Let's go down and fast up. Good. Now let's add 10 pounds. Good. And go again. Slow and up. Good. It's 2 down. Good. Slow down. Good. Up. So Vaso can keep cranking up that intensity by the pounds, and we can do that for up for 3 and down for 3, up for 5, down for 5, or up for 7, down for 7. Now as Vaso gets that heaviest weight, then we're going to start to work our way back down. He's going to dump air with his left finger, bring it back down, move it with speed, dump it with the left finger, and move it with speed. And this is a great way to utilize this pyramid scheme to get the most motor unit recruitment that we can from each set. Excellent job. And that is how we can use a pyramid within the set. You didn't see him set it down and reset like you'd have to do with anything with mass. And you saw him explode every time on the way up. And that helps get through the complete contractile continuum. Now we can also go through, as Vaso gets his rest, Vaso, let's go ahead and load this up extremely heavy. Let's go up to about 160, 180 pounds. Depends how good you feel. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do some eccentric reps. I'm going to help start Vaso on the machine and let him lower it back down. And this is how you would have to do it normally, and we'll do it sometimes with ease. I'm just going to take that out, help him up. Vaso's going to be real slow on the way down. Now this eccentric strength is extremely important. This can also be done on Vaso's own and rest. Well done. Okay, Vaso, go ahead and dump all that weight out. Now, if you don't have a coach with you or a trainer with you, what we'd want you to do is dump all that weight out and rest. Okay, Vaso's going to get the weight out by himself. Now he's going to hit the plus sign. That's going to add the weight up until he gets the weight where he wants it. Again, no spotting necessary here. Now he's going to go slow on that eccentric. It's a great way to utilize Kaiser technology without having to have any assistance here. Excellent job. And rest. We're putting him through the paces. I love it. Okay. Now, as we start to get through those different types of contractions, we can also use the power of isometric training, where Vaso can actually get that isometric at various ranges of motion. So if he was to come out and find a sticking point here, where we want to get specific range of motion, we can load him here and actually have enough weight where he's just pushing steadily against it but not moving it anywhere. You can do the same thing back, a little deeper in the range of motion and a little deeper. He can control that himself through the plus and the minus. another very powerful way to train. Now, once we have that, we can also start to look at training more dynamically, or this elastic type of training. So Vaso, let's go ahead and start with both arms out. Let's take the load down to right around 100 pounds for you. And we can do this with both arms at the same time, Vaso. Sometimes we think about endurance, and we think about a set of 10 as a set of endurance, but I want to see how fast Vaso can get 10 repetitions in. I'm going to stabilize this here. Vaso, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. 6 seconds. That was over at 100 pounds resistance. So part of that progression can be same weight next time, Vaso trying to move it with more speed and more power by using that elastic system and seeing if he can beat the clock. Again, a set of 10 can be a lot of different things on Kaiser. It's not just a set of 10 that you'd have to do slow and controlled like you would with mass or selectorized equipment. Everything in Kaiser is about training at the speed we want to get the stimulus we want to the athlete or to the person who's in the game of life. Now, the other great part about this, Vaso, let's just go ahead and load it, unload it here, is that we can use this in a unilateral fashion. So Vaso can go with both arms out, and now he can stabilize his right arm, keeping it out, dropping his left arm back, and then accelerating through, and then the same with his right. Okay? We can do variations of this, all right arm for 3 to 10 reps, then all left arm for 3 to 10 reps. And then we can also go with a continual alternating back and forth, almost as if you're running. So one's going down and one's going up. Here we go. Good, that's the way. Back and forth. Nice. Excellent, and rest. So what you're going to see is that there's a tremendous amount of ways to utilize this very powerful tool. And remember, the name of the game is power. It's not always the size of the muscle, but if you want the muscle to get bigger, here's how you can get the muscle bigger and more powerful. Okay, and that's what we need, but a lot of the times the greatest challenge in sport is that how do I make that muscle more powerful without having to make it bigger? And that's what we can use Kaiser for, and the versatility of the 2 arms, the versatility of the power, just is really limited to your imagination. Again, for the chest press and on every other piece that we have within the Kaiser line.